Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. The stock market is open. So let's take a look at the portfolio. Let's see what options we have on the table and what the plans are going forward. The traditional IRA, we are down 0.1% today. It's basically break even for the month, or for the week. We are up 5% or $240. For the month, we are up $660 or 15%. 3 months, 23%. Year to date, we are up almost 30%, 29.72%. The account is going really good. You can see the ebbs and flows in the account as we got assigned TSLL shares. It just goes back and forth like a seesaw. So we are looking good as of right now. TSLL has rebounded and we are actually in the green, which is pretty crazy because we were down several hundred just a couple of weeks ago. And we kept buying and averaging our costs down, and now we are in the green, but just by a little bit. Average cost is $13.48, about $5,000 worth of market value of 365 shares, kind of getting close to the 400 share mark, and it is kind of consolidating a little bit here. So for the week, TSLL is up 14.58%, and for the month, it is up 19.49%, and we held it down into the tens. So it's pretty crazy. This was pre-earning over here. And then it dropped off a cliff, and now it's rebounding with the rest of the market. So let's look at some of the positions, what has been happening. So our last purchase was back on November 9th. We purchased 15 shares at $11.52 to help bring our cost down. And then we sold the call for the 13 when it was down in the 11s, and thinking it was safe. Obviously, it was not. Tesla went on an absolute ripper, and so it brought TSLL at a 1.5x. with it. So what did we do? Well, last week I was getting a little bit worried about the shares getting called early, and I didn't want them to get called at the 13 because we knew our cost basis was at the 13.48. And so I rolled the call on a Thursday for a credit, a small credit, but still it paid for the cost to close it at the 13, and then we sold it at the 95 cents per share, and we got ourselves a credit of $14.82 or $15 minus the fees. So not too bad, $15, and then that buys us $50 per contract or $150 of extra appreciation. I did also roll it out all the way until December 1st. You can see there 12.1. So I bought myself some time for Tesla to consolidate and try to find its momentum. So that's where we're at as of right now. If the shares do get called, then I would just get right back into them. I could easily just go on here and sell puts. This is a shorter week, so less premium, but my cost is $13.48. So it's a good, if you look a month back, but it's not great as of right now. So I could sell the 13.5 put for 25 each and literally get paid $75 to get back in at the 13.50. Or if we went out to December 1st, we're talking $55 at the 13.5. So we could get the real cost basis of under into the 12s. So yeah, that's where we're at now. This is we willed TSLL multiple times now. We always keep a little bit of cash on hand so that we can average down. We got assigned the 200 shares and we averaged down. And so far it's going good. So we're up on this option as of right now. We're up on the shares as of right now. If Tesla for some reason absolutely rips like back into the 15s, I'll probably offload that 65 shares of odd lot and obviously let the shares go as well and get back into cash and then sell some more cash secured puts. But that's where we're at with this one. So the count is up. We're up almost 30% on the year. Not too bad. A couple of things to look at. Let's jump into just the charts here real quick. So we're looking at Tesla and TSLL. You can see they move together, right? Let me just clear up this. I don't know if it'll even let me on this. There we go. Just cleaned it up a little bit. There we go. So yeah, you can see that. Let me just pull this back to the daily. You can see here with Tesla, we've been jumping around like crazy, right? We went all the way down into the 190s, and then we gap back up, and then you can see this yellow box here. We left another gap that has partially been filled, but Tesla's just bouncing around. So we watched the 50, the 100, and the 200 SMA. And you can see the trend it seems like it's forming. So we filled a lot of gaps as of late. The stock has been jumping around, and TSLL has been moving with it, right? So one thing we want to look out for is if we get a break above the 1392. And then we also want to watch that break in the high 13s. Right now, the stock's looking really good, being above the 50 and the 200. We do want to watch for. We do want to watch these SMAs on TSLL and make sure, and just see where it's going to go, right? So, this is where TSLL is. You can see these blue bars. Actually, let me pull this one down to the daily too. There we go. So you can see these blue bars. It looks like there's a potential wedge forming here. And if we break out of it to the upside, then the stock could absolutely take off above that. What is that, like 1450-ish mark, 1490-ish mark right now. But it'll get tighter and tighter as this continues to consolidate. If we break out above that, it could be pretty bullish, especially if we break out above the 1552. And then if we break down, obviously, then we're probably going to test some of these other levels of support. But so far, the stock is looking good. The gaps have been filled. We filled a gap right here on this day. I'm not sure if I can really show it here on the screen. And yeah, so the stock's looking good. But that's the update on the account. Not a whole lot going on. I rolled the option out. Probably going to update you as we get closer to 12/1, but for now, I'm just letting the shares ride. I really can't lose at this point outside of upside, right? If the shares go to 15, I obviously lose out on the upside, or I get put in the position where I have to roll. But I have 65 shares of odd lot that can participate in the full upside appreciation with no call sitting over them, and we do have a little bit of buying power, 216.46. I'm just keeping that in case the stock ends up going down for some reason. If we get back down into the 11s and 12s, then I'll just continue to buy more and get closer to that 400. If we were to try to get, I mean, we need what, 35 shares? We don't have near enough. Yeah, 479. So we can get close to 400, but we can't get there yet. So just sitting on my hands for now. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. That's everything for this. That's the update for the small options trading account. Everything's looking good. And don't forget to drop a like. Thanks, everybody. Happy investing. Catch you next time.